Hi Aquarius, welcome to the Animals Magic Shop. I'm Lisa with your weekly animal spirit message for March 27th through April 3rd, 2023. And this week I was asked to do a two-card reading. The first animal will bring your main message for the week, and the second animal will give you an idea of what you may be missing, what may surprise you, and what you may not be expecting. Okay, let's get started. Animal spirits and guides, what would you like Aquarius to know for this week? Oh my goodness. Well, we have a repeat from last week, Aquarius. We have Swan again. So Swan has a couple of different messages for you. The first message is to expect some type of transformation in your life in the future. And this has to do with something that perhaps you've been concerned about or worried about or anxious about. Or it could also be something that is necessary for your evolution and growth. So with Swan, you can expect this to take about 9 months for the transformation to complete. And this is in effect saying that you or some situation in your life is going to go from being an ugly duckling into a beautiful swan. Now, this also has to do with grace, too. And I didn't mention this in my last reading, but the swan has to do with being graceful and gracious in your actions with yourself and also with others, and also reminds you that changes in your life can be taken on with grace. So another message from Swan has to do with the future and dreaming. So if you would like your future to be something different than what your current present is, it can be helpful to visualize the changes that you'd like to see in your life, and also to perhaps make a vision board where you take a big piece of paper and collect different images of what you would like to see manifested in your life and mount them on the board and put them in a place where you can see them and visualize those images coming into fruition into your life. So Swan is not necessarily an easy, excuse me, sorry, I have allergies. Swan is not necessarily an easy transition. It can be time consuming and can take a lot of patience, and know that like an ugly duckling, or I really don't like to call them ugly. I think they're pretty cute. But as a plain, simple, uneducated young duckling, as far as certain things go, as far as this transformation goes that you are intentionally or unintentionally taking toward your future, the swan, the baby swan has to learn how to avoid predators, has to learn how to swim, has to learn how to catch fish and listen to his mom too and his dad, and undergo the normal processes of life that anybody has to undergo in order to grow and grow up. So anyway, expect some type of transformation in your life, Aquarius, and expect any goals or projects that you are working on that are of a more complex and big nature to take about 9 months to come into being. So that's your message. A little bit different than last week's message, but basically the same concept. Now, what you don't see coming is the hawk. So you can expect a message from the spiritual realm. I'm sorry, my allergies are really terrible, and I'm just kind of like, my nose is all blocked up and just like ick. So you can expect some type of message this coming week to come to you from the spiritual realm. And this will likely be from a source in the air, either literally, maybe you'll see a cloud formation or a banner in the sky or a billboard or a bird doing something unusual. It can also come through the internet, which is connected with the airways, and also a method where the spirit world can communicate with us. So you could receive a text or an email or see something on YouTube or watch something on TV or get a message by phone. And this is going to be an important message for you, Aquarius, and it is most likely to do with the transformative process that you are undergoing over the next 9 months. And it may be an affirmation that something that you're doing is taking you in the right direction, or a thought or an insight that you've had is valid. It could be an affirmation of a new project or a new direction that you are to undertake. So it's hard to predict what the form of the message will be and what the message will tell you, because each person will be different. But it is, I am getting, having to do with the transformation that you are going into from a more young, new state to a graceful swan. So those are your messages. The hawk is going to be telling you something this week important about your transformation that you're undergoing. And I'm getting that it doesn't need to be really painful, but it can be something that requires a lot of patience and some work on your part. And an additional message I'm getting for some of you is to be mindful of the communications that you have with yourself and also with others. So Hawk is asking you to be positive and supportive of yourself, and also be the same toward others, and be kind in your communications, and also for some of you not to be triggered by anything into saying things that you may regret later on. And that could be just for one person for this week. Just be mindful of how you're talking to others, as it could affect your future. Okay, so those are your messages this week, Aquarius. I was just, this is my sign too, and I'm just kind of surprised to see the swan again. But usually an animal will come up 2 weeks in a row if we haven't quite got the message or the concept of the message, or we don't quite have the hang of it, or maybe we're not really on board with it, or, we need more information. And in this case, I think that's going, to be the case. We're going to be getting some more information on our transformation that we're going to be going through over the next 9 months. Okay, so those are your messages this week, Aquarius. And don't get discouraged if things aren't going the way that you would like them to. Don't get discouraged that this seems like one more thing that our sign has to go through, because I think that most of us Aquarians are sharing the same journey of repetitive cycles of getting stuck and not being able to release the past, perhaps, and not getting to the state of grace that we would like to enjoy, and kind of feel that we we should be in at this time after all the different things that we've been going through. So you have my compassion and my sympathy as I share this journey with you, and this feeling of, gee, like, when is all of the work on me going to stop, and when can I just relax and enjoy life a little bit, but know that there is an end in sight, and we are going to be getting some help from the spiritual world through a message that we're going to be receiving this week, okay? All right, thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.